Tong Po versus Chong Li. David Bautista as Tong Po versus Bolo Yeung as Chong Li. Who wins in a real fight? In today's video, we bring you another sensational and thrilling hypothetical fight between David Bautista as Tong Po in the reboot of the 1989 martial arts film Kickboxer and Bolo Yeung as Chong Li in the 1988 action film Bloodsport. Both Tong Po and Chong Li are the main antagonists in the Kickboxer film series and Bloodsport, respectively. They are both strong, ruthless, and fearless fighters who would do anything to defeat their opponent. So in this video, we're going to pit David Bautista against Bolo Yeung based on their roles and performances in Kickboxer, Vengeance, and Bloodsport, respectively. But before we get into the fight, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the post notification for more interesting fight content like this one. Now that you've done that, let's get to know our contestants. Tong Po. Tong Po is portrayed as a ruthless Muay Thai champion and the main antagonist in the film series Kickboxer. Although Tong Po was first portrayed by Mikkel Chisi in the first two titles in the series, we are interested in David Bautista as Tong Po in the 2016 reboot Kickboxer Vengeance. David Bautista continued with the role of Tong Po as a supervillain with a thirst for blood and wickedness. He is portrayed as a heartless murderer who kills his victims in cold blood. Tong Po is known to have a high tolerance for pain and unusual strength. For instance, he is strong enough to break a stone statue with his elbow and knee. The role was perfectly portrayed by David Bautista, who first found fame as a WWE star. But before making a foray into wrestling, Bautista used to work as a nightclub bouncer and briefly pursued a career in bodybuilding. In addition to these, Bautista is trained martial artist. He has a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Cesar Gracie and also trained with Maurice Crump in Muay Thai and Eskrima. And in 2012, he made his MMA debut against journeyman Vince Lucero and won. So it is safe to say that Bautista is a tough fighter with an incredible pedigree. With that said, let's meet our second contestant, Chong Li. Chong Li is one of the most brutal and greatest martial arts villains of all time, and the main antagonist of the movie Bloodsport. The role of Chong Li was portrayed by Chinese-born Bolo Yeung. In the movie Bloodsport, Chong Li was the reigning and undefeated champion of the Kumite, an underground martial arts tournament hosted by the Black Dragon Society. He is equally dangerous and ruthless as Tong Po and loves seeing his victims suffer. He breaks bricks of ice with powerful kicks and elbows in a show of strength. Bolo Yeung fits into the role of Chong Li perfectly because of his background in martial arts and bodybuilding. Yeung started learning martial arts at the age of 10 and later developed an interest in bodybuilding. He became Mr. Hong Kong bodybuilding champion and held the title for 10 years. Furthermore, his incredible martial arts skill and physique helped him land roles in martial arts films. While shooting for a commercial, Bolo Yeung met Bruce Lee for the first time, and the two later became very close friends. Bolo Yeung and Bruce Lee would often work together on technique training, and when Bruce Lee saw his raw talent, he invited him to star in the movie Enter the Dragon. Bolo Yeung played the role of Bolo in Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, and this appearance made him even more famous. Although Bolo Yeung's favorite martial arts style is Tai Chi, he trained in other martial arts such as Wing Chun and Karate. Now that we've met our two contestants, it's time to begin our hypothetical matchup. We are going to be using three factors to determine the potential winner in a real fight. We're going to use their fighting pedigree, physique, and skills to predict the winner. Each fighter will be awarded a max of 10 points for each category. And of course, we are going to be comparing the two fighters at their peak. David Bautista portrayed the role of Tong Po in Kickboxing Vengeance at the age of 47, while Bolo Yeung portrayed the role of Chong Li in Bloodsport at the age of 49. Fighting pedigree. Although David Bautista is a well-respected fighter, most of his fighting experience is limited to the WWE ring, where he has to follow a predetermined storyline. Furthermore, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the only martial arts style that he is well trained for. He is not well trained in other martial arts like Muay Thai and Eskrima. However, Bolo Yeung, on the other hand, has been a martial arts student from the early age of 10 and has mastered several martial arts like Tai Chi, Wing Chun, and Karate. So for this reason, David Bautista gets 7 points, while Bolo Yeung gets 9 points. Physique. Next, we are going to rate both fighters based on their physical appearance. Bautista is 6 feet and 4 inches tall and has a build weight of 265 pounds, while Bolo Yeung, at the time of appearing in Bloodsport, was 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed between 200 and 240 pounds. In this category, Bautista has a size and height advantage over Bolo Yeung, so we award Bautista 9 points and Bolo Yeung 8 points. Skill. Although Bautista as Tong Po is a hard-hitting champion who breaks a stone statue with his knee and elbow, Yeung as Chong Li combines technical skills and strength. Also, Bautista as Tong Po appears to be slower during a fight than Yeung as Chong Li, who would not hesitate to take down his opponent. Furthermore, both Tong Po and Chong Li seem to have a high threshold for pain and would easily recover even after taking a beating. So for this category, Bautista has 8 points, while Yeung gets 9 points. In total, David Bautista has 24 points, while Bolo Yeung has 26 points, making him the winner with a small margin. Do you agree with our prediction, or do you think Bautista as Tong Po would come out as the winner? Let us know your answer in the comment below. And thank you for staying until the end of today's video. We'll see you next time.